Okay, I hope this is working. This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to create a watermark that you can save to use on all of your photos. Like if you don't want to have to lay text in each time you do something, this is another way. What you want to do is go up here in your menu in Photoshop Elements, and you want to hit File, New, and a blank file. When this comes up, you can give it a name if you want to. Let's call it watermark 7, just because I might have others and I don't want to mess anything up. For my photos, this size is going to work. It really doesn't matter that much what size you start with. We're going to do 1500 pixels by 275 pixels. I don't worry about resolution or this color mode. The important thing is for background content, you want that to be transparent. So make sure you select transparent and then hit OK. Now here we are. We've got this new document here. What you want to do is choose your text tool over on the left, horizontal, can't they just call it a text tool? No, it's the horizontal type tool. So choose that, T. You can either hit it there or just on your keyboard hit T and that'll select it for you. This brings up all kinds of stuff down here in the bottom left. So we're going to just leave that how it is right now and go up here and type in what we want our watermark to be. I'm going to type in white. You can see my color over here on the left is white. You can change that by switching here, or down at the bottom you can choose a different color. Let's just stick with white for right now. So what do you want your text to be? I'm going to hit Option G for the watermark sign, or the copyright sign, excuse me. Again, it's alternate or Alt G if you're using a PC, and then type in what I want my watermark to be. I'll just put KZ KRYSCH. Yeah, like I can spell my own name. Okay, and that's hard to read because it's white. So let's select all that by dragging it. You know how to select the text. And let's say I don't like this Tahoma regular down here at the bottom left for my font. I have all kinds of other fonts to choose from. You can scroll through and basically see what those are going to look like. Let me choose, just for argument's sake, go down and find something fun. Let's do this Zapfino regular. So we're going to hit that, and we can hit this check mark for right now. That doesn't even begin to fill up the whole thing. So we're going to again select the whole thing. So you can hit select all if you want to. Then hit your command key. Is that a command key on a PC? I don't know. And you can shrink it to make it smaller, make it bigger. Just make sure it all fits in your document here. This new document that you chose. So move it around, do whatever you need to do. Somehow talking and doing this at the same time should be easier than it is. So there we have it. I'm going to say that's great. I hit the arrow key or the check mark key, and now we're going to save this. So go up to File and say Save As. I'm going to put this on my desktop. I'm going to call it Watermark 7. I'm going to leave it as a Photoshop document just because I want to. If you want to change the format, you can go down here to the bottom. I save my photos in a JPEG formula just because that's more universally accepted. But this watermark I'm only going to deal with. So I'm going to leave it as Photoshop and hit Save. Now, how do we get that into a photo, right? So let's open up a photo. I've already got a photo right here of the peep here. So let's say I've done all the editing I want to do on this and want to bring that watermark onto my photo. All of these look so much alike down here. Let's double click. That's not the one I just made. That's a blank file. We can just get rid of that. And here's the new one. So it's this one on the right, down at the bottom in your photo bin. So open the picture of Maggie back up, and then you're going to double click and drag this onto the photo. Then what you want to do is select your Move tool. You can either click on that like that or hit the V on your keyboard, and that'll bring that tool up. Now you can change the size of this. You can rotate it if you want to. You can, let's say I don't like any of those, I'm going to hit no. We'll just leave it in its original thing. Let me make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to say. Let's position this where we want it. So we're going to double click and drag. Let's say I'm going to put it right here. Hit the check mark for yes. And now that really stands out a lot, like it's too bold for me. So you can either, while you're still in your Move tool, you can hit a number on your keyboard. Let's say I want this at 50% opacity. I can hit a 5 and it'll change it to 50% opacity. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Let's say 50 isn't good enough. I want it a little stronger, but not at 100. Let me hit the 8. That'll bring it up a little bit. So you can do it like that, or over here on your layers area, whatever you want to call it, there's a little thing here that says opacity. You can see it says 80 because I just changed it. You can double click and slide from 0 all the way up to 100 and just pick what kind of look you want. Like, let's say I like that. That turned out to be 56, whatever. So I like that. I'm going to leave that, and then you can go over here to File and hit Save As and call it whatever you want to and save it wherever you want to on your computer. So you can do that, and if you open your photo bin back up, you still have your watermark 7 PSD file. So that's still there. So you've still got this. I save it on my desktop and just drag it in every time I open up Photoshop Elements because I don't want to have to make a new one every time. I used to just use the text tool, and I'll do a tutorial on that too. And I used to just type it each time I did a photo. And then I thought there's got to be a better way. So this is one way. So there you go. I hope that made sense to you. Let me know if you have any questions.